Have you ever been in a conversation where your mind just blanks? You're standing there, nodding along, desperately searching for something to say, but it's like your brain decided to take a coffee break without telling you? Yeah, me too. And if you're an introvert, this probably happens more often than you'd like. But here's the good news. Running out of things to say isn't a personality flaw. It's just a skill you haven't mastered yet. And by the end of this video, you'll have a toolbox of simple, practical strategies to keep conversations flowing naturally. No awkward silence is required. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you've ever panicked in a conversation, smash that like button. It lets me know I'm not alone here. And subscribe if you want more tips on thriving as an introvert in a world that won't stop talking. Now let's start with the first game changer. Become a conversation detective. Most people think good talkers are just naturally witty or charismatic, but the real secret, they're observant. Instead of worrying about what to say next, focus on uncovering little details in what the other person shares. For example, if someone mentions they went hiking last weekend, your brain might freeze because hiking feels like a dead end. But a detective would notice the hooks. Where did they go? Was it their first time? Did they see anything cool? Suddenly tell me about the trail, or what's the weirdest thing you saw? Keeps things moving without you needing to be the star. This leads perfectly into the second tip, the two-word trick. When in doubt, just say, "Tell me." And let the other person do the heavy lifting. Tell me more about that. Tell me how you got into it. It's like handing them the conversational mic while you relax. And here's the best part. People love talking about themselves. The more you let them, the more they'll walk away thinking, wow, I really enjoyed that conversation, even if you barely said a word. Now that you've got these first two tools, let's talk about the third one. The one that'll make awkward silences a thing of the past. And this one's a lifesaver when you're stuck in a group conversation. Become the bridge. Instead of stressing about being the loudest voice in the room, focus on connecting what others say. For example, Jamal, you mentioned X earlier. Sarah, that reminds me of what you were saying about Y. That's so interesting. Did anyone else have a similar experience? This does three brilliant things. Takes pressure off you to perform. Makes everyone feel heard. People will love you for this. Keeps the conversation flowing without awkward pauses. And here's a secret. The best conversationalists aren't necessarily the funniest or most outgoing people. They're the ones who make others feel interesting. Tip number 4, I call it the 3-second rule. And here's how it works. When there's a pause, make yourself wait just 3 seconds before jumping in to fill it. I know, 3 seconds feels like an eternity when you're nervous. But here's why it's magic. First, most awkward silences aren't actually awkward until we panic and make them awkward. Those 3 seconds often give the other person space to share something interesting. Second, when you do speak, you'll sound more thoughtful instead of rushed. And third, this is the best part. You'll realize most conversations naturally have pauses, and that's completely okay. Let me show you how this works in real life. Your coworker mentions they're going camping this weekend. Instead of immediately saying, "That's nice," dead end. You wait 3 seconds, count silently. 1, 2, 3. They'll often add details. Yeah, we're trying this new campsite by the lake. Now you've got an easy follow-up. That sounds interesting. I haven't been to any lake around. What about you? See the difference? You didn't have to be clever. You just had to be patient. This one technique alone will make conversations feel 50% easier instantly.